I am a, a recreation coordinator with the City of St. George.
How many Ironmans have you been through?
Maybe 10 since I've been here.
Right? And what has been your opinion of the Ironman process and the people?
The people are great. The process is more than great. It is amazingly well organized. They have a plan for everything. They actually do from very beginning to the end. You get a plan, and it outlines what you need and where you'll be, and when you'll be, and who you'll be with. So yeah, it's been really great for us. Really easy.
You've gone through 10 of these. Each setup is different. Tell me what you go through in setting things up for the city.
I don't know whether I would say it's that different. They're so organized that when they show up, they send you the information. You know where you're going to be. Again, you'll know when you're going to be. They have a director for each one of their races, from my understanding. So the director here may direct one other Ironman somewhere else. But again, because the setup is very much the same every time, they may move the vendor tent position here or there, but basically, you always know where you're going to be and when it's going to be.
After being a part of 10 of these, what has changed for you?
It's made it a lot easier. The first ones, until you get used to how Ironman does things, it takes a little bit of practice. But ultimately, again, we have our setup, and we know what it's going to be. We know exactly what we're going to bring every time. It hasn't changed in the last few years. It's gotten, again, more sophisticated. 10 years ago, we didn't use, we had a cash box. We don't use a cash box anymore. Things like that. So the technology has changed considerably over the last 8 or 10 years.
Tell me about the people that you encounter, the people that you work with.
I have found that they're an incredible group. I mean, they just simply, they know what they're doing. They're really well trained. I met what I believe is the director for this Ironman about 2 months ago. I think she's just moving up here. She was in Phoenix for 15 years or something, but she's been with Ironman for a long time. They groom their people really well. They train them incredibly well, and when they show up here, they know exactly what's going on the whole time. So,
what about the volunteers and the people that you meet just walking around?
Well, the volunteers, Ironman comes here. They brought the World Championship here, the only time it's ever been out of Kona for the full Ironman. They brought it here because of the volunteers in St. George. And they told us that, outright. St. George is one of those places that people love to volunteer. Last year, we had 3 Ironmans. We had our marathon. We had our triathlon. We had thousands of people show up to volunteer. So it's really been terrific. And again, part of it is that this is a really friendly community. They love having this group here.
You go to communities all over the world, and they always say it's a friendly community. What makes a friendly community?
The fact that people are willing to help you. They have, stories last year of one of the runners who became so dehydrated that he stopped. One of the other runners went back out and literally helped him through the last half of the race, just as a support. The volunteers are the same way. They go out of their way here to be helpful, to cheer. We have volunteered. I volunteered from everything to stripping guys' wetsuits off, to marking their bodies, to this week I'll be a volunteer for one of the bike turns. Last year I was a volunteer for the run. The people here just love doing it, and it's fun to show off our community. Truthfully, we get a lot of these people that come from in this case, the U.S., and other cases all over the world, and they show up here and they just look at this and go, how incredibly beautiful it is and how friendly the people are. And I think that's one of the reasons that Ironman's been very successful here in St. George.
What do you tell people who haven't been volunteering, who may be interested in being a part of it?
I tell them they're missing out. That no, it's not a week or a month or a year-long commitment. It's really a 1 or a 2 day commitment, and you get to meet people from all over the world that show up, and they have volunteers that specifically, if you speak French, if you speak German, if you speak any, they put you in a place where somebody needs a German interpreter. We've got them here. So yeah, it's just been great. Again, we have most of our friends volunteer. I would say 90% of them volunteer, and the ones that don't is because they're out of town.
I think this will be my last question.
Okay.
Who are you looking forward to the most to see in this race?
I'm looking forward to seeing a friend of mine who is a 71-year-old female named Diane Tracy, who is an incredibly wonderful woman, an incredibly great friend, and an amazing athlete. At 71 years old, she was at one time, I think, the 70.3 Masters champion in her age group. So yeah, I cheer my friends. I have another friend who she did it last year for the first time, and she's coming back. So it's one of those kinds of things that I guess it's addictive. So yeah, I cheer for the people. As far as the winners go, they're all amazing athletes. It goes from one day to another. You never really know who's going to win. Some guys are better than others one day, and some people are better than others the other. So I'm really here just to help them get through the week and get through Saturday.